Sairam students, I welcome all of you once again to the fourth part of lesson number 16, water. So let's recall once again whatever we have learnt in the last lecture. So students, so far we learnt about what do you exactly mean by the water pollution. So the water pollution in which a lot of impurities gets added inside the water, and those impurity might be in the form of soluble impurity or insoluble impurity. So most of the soluble impurity are in the form of microorganism, and most of the insoluble impurity either they settle down at the bottom, or most of the time they get float on the top of the water. So such impure water is not suitable for consumption, and in such polluted water the level of oxygen also gets down, and that's the reason such water needs to be purified. So water purification has been done at 4 levels. So what are those types of the processes of water purification? So as you can see that over here, settling, filtration, oxygenation and chlorination, these are the 4 processes of water purification. So by this 4 process we can purify the water very easily. So let's see them once again. So in settling process, what we do, we allow water to settle down for the longer time, so that whatever impurities are present in the water, they will get settled down at the bottom. And most of the time we use impurities as well. So the impurities which are present inside the water, they get absorbed by the alum when we add inside that. And when impurity gets settled down at the bottom, the water which will be floating on the top, that will be safe for the consumption, and then this water can be provided to the local people where this plant has been situated. Then next type, you can see that over here, filtration. So in the filtration process, the water is filtered with the help of the machine. So the machines are set up. So this machine purifies the water by using the filtration process. The next step, here you can see that oxygenation. So in the oxygenation, as you can see that there are variety of the pumps are situated. What these pumps do? These pumps add up air and water inside the water. So when we allow air to mix up with the water, the level of oxygen which is present inside the water, it increases. So when the level of oxygen increases inside the water, that water becomes safe for the consumption, and the living things which are present inside the water in the form of plants and the animal, they will be safe. There will be no harm for them. So the oxygenation is very important step in the water purification. The fourth step is the chlorination. In chlorination process, we add chlorine. So when we add chlorine in water, various type of the germs which are present in it, they get killed very immediately. So that's why chlorination is also one of the important step in water purification. Now student, I want to ask you one question. Suppose if at some place it did not rain for very long period of the time, what would be its effect on the life of the people there? Can you guess how that place would look like? If there is no rain for many years, what would be the situation? If there is no rain, then what would be the situation of the soil or land over there? If there is no water, plants will be able to survive there? No. So in the deficiency of the water, plant won't be able to survive. And as you know that water is very essential for the survival purpose. The water is indispensable. Water is very important for the growth and the development of the plants and the animals also. Am I right? So if there is no water, then the land in that area, it will look somewhat like this. Am I right? So if there is no water for longer time, then the water which is existed already, the existed water, that will also get evaporated faster. So you know that the liquid water gets evaporated faster in the form of sun in the high temperature. So you can see that the land which is shown here, it is a cracked up land. So the land, it is in the cracked form. The plant won't be able to grow there. So if plant won't be able to grow in such situation, we are dependent upon the plant to get the food material. If plants are not able to grow in such area, how we will get the food material to eat? If there is no plant, there is no our existence also. So this condition is called as what? This condition is called as what? Drought condition. This condition is called as what? Drought condition. So drought condition causes when there is no water. So because of the deficiency of the water, drought condition causes. So as I told you here, students, water evaporates continuously. Evaporation means what? Conversion of liquid water into the gaseous format. And that's why the places where it does not rain for longer time, they experience the drought condition. So at such places, the water level falls in rivers, wells, lakes, bunds and the dams as well. So the water level goes down, and moreover you can see that these places go dry. So when these places go dry, we won't be able to grow the crops in such places. Am I right? And therefore the plants and the animals and the human being who are living in such area, they suffer from the scarcity of water. What do you mean by scarcity? Scarcity means what? Deficiency of water. They won't get water for drinking also. And if there is no water for drinking, then our survival will be in the danger. Are you getting my point, guys, over here? So you can see that the plant and the animal which are shown here, they might suffer from the scarcity of the water. Scarcity means what? Less amount of the water. So student, as you can see that over here, as the land goes dry because there is no water. So if there is no water, we won't be able to grow the crops. For growing of the crop, for growing of the any type of the plant, the water is essential. So if there is no water, so we won't be able to do the agriculture. Am I right? So this condition is called as what? Famine condition. So the famine condition, it is one of the natural disaster. So in famine condition, there occurs the deficiency of the food material. So the deficiency of the food material is called as what? Famine condition. And in famine condition, most of the people die because of the starvation. So famine condition is a starvation condition where majority of the people in particular area, they die because of the starvation. Because as there is no rainwater, there is a dry condition. Because of the dry condition, we are not able to grow the crops. If we are not able to grow the crops, then there are no grains, no fodder. We won't be able to get the enough amount of the food material. So as we are not able to get the enough amount of the food material, the people who are living in such area, they experience the famine. Famine means what? Starvation. Famine means what? Starvation. Are you getting my point over here? So the famine condition is that condition where the people suffer from the deficiency of the food material. So there is deficiency of the food material as there is no rainwater. So that's why student, most of the time we must have read about famine condition in our state, our country, or might be in another part of the world. So students, always remember that if we hear any type of the natural disaster in any area or in our state or even in another country, always keep the helping nature. Always keep the helping nature. I am not saying that we should help them to the larger extent, but even the smaller help, even the small help, a little contribution makes the big difference. A little contribution of us, it makes the big difference. Even if we are able to give food to the one people, just imagine that if all the people start doing the same thing, then the starvation will be vanished soon, and people won't be able to die because of the starvation. And the famine condition, we can remove that immediately. I know that famine condition is a natural disaster, but the people who are living there, we can provide them the food material. There are transportation which are available. So from our area, we can provide them water and the food material in the packed condition, so that they won't die because of the starvation. We can save their lives as well. Is that clear, students, what I told you here? So the people who are living in such area, who are experiencing the famine condition, they have to face a lot of hardship. So you know that health is wealth. If we get enough amount of the food material, we feel energetic. If we won't get the food material, the people's health will come in, it will come in danger. So that's why the people might die because of the starvation, not because of the disease. and the people dying because of the starvation, it is not the good condition over here. So that's why students always remember that we have to help the people. So the people who are living in the famine condition, and even animal and the plant, they suffer a lot. So we have to help them. Is that clear, students? So that's why to help them on the larger scale, the government bodies are coming ahead and they are helping the people temporarily. They are moving the people and the animal from famine stricken area to the safe places where we can provide them water, food grain and fodder. So the government bodies, they are coming ahead and they are helping the people. So in some particular area, if there is a famine condition, so the government either provides food to them in their place only, or there is a second option that we can move them to the particular place where we can give them food material. So as you can see that over here, there are many people whom we are giving the food material. So this particular image is it is representing the Africa. So even the Africa, most of the region in the Africa, it is suffering from the famine condition, it is suffering from the drought condition. So the people who are staying there, they are experiencing this condition where they are not able to get enough amount of the drinking water, even they are not getting enough amount of the food material as well. So as you can see that, students, over here, the fodder camps are set up to take care of the domestic animal as well as the living things which are present over there. So as you can see that, students, over here, the animals and the plant who are living in such area, they has to be taken care of. So you can see that over here, the famine condition, it causes a lot of damage to the animals and the plants who are living in that particular area. So always remember that. Always remember that if there is no water, there is no agriculture, and the water deficiency, it will be only fulfilled by the rainwater. And if we want that the rain should fall on time, then always remember, student, we need to plant a tree. If there is no tree, you won't experience the rain. So to get the rainwater, we have to make our earth a happy green place. So the maximum number of plant we plant on the earth, then more amount of the rain here it will be. So that's why, students, always remember that over here, what is the basically meaning of the natural disaster, or what is the meaning of the famine condition. So the famine condition is that condition where many people in particular area, they die because of the starvation, because there is no food at all. So the people in the famine condition, they experience deficiency of the food material. Why they experience the deficiency of the food material? They experience deficiency of the food material because of the less amount of the rainwater. So when there is no rainwater, the land will look like this. So in the drought condition, the water gets evaporated faster, and in such area we are not able to grow the crops. And we as a human being, we as a human being and the animal, we are completely dependent upon the plant to get the food material. So if we are not able to grow the plants, then we won't be able to get the food material. So the drought condition causes a famine condition where the people won't get sufficient amount of the food material. And to help such people, the government body set up the camps where they provide food grain, water to the needy people, so that none of them should die of the starvation. And as I told you, student, as much as it is possible from our side, at least we need to help. Always remember that, keep the helping nature. Is that clear, student? So the next part of this topic we will continue in the next lecture. Bye bye, take care.